back. We're still here at Club Nokia in downtown Los Angeles for Indie Games Live. And now we have Trish, and you have brought a little friend.
Yeah, this is one of our characters that you can play as a Wobbly, and he's a troublemaker. And I myself is dressing up as another character, and she is a female engineer, and like this guy. So
cool.
I have a little 2 belts here. Not too much on the actual use, but like I guess it's cute, you know, to present a character.
Yeah. And your game is Namen's CalcuQuest, and this is kind of an educational game.
Yes, this is an educational game, but we try to, you know, package it as an RPG, and it is an RPG, kind of like a Pokemon, you know, collect them all concept, and with the math in it.
Okay. Are you collecting these characters, or are you playing as these characters?
So as you keep playing the game, and then you can unlock more playable characters, and they will have like different skills, just like any RPG.
Okay.
So what is the basic gameplay mechanic? Like, what's the goal of the game?
So the basic gameplay mechanic is actually just to get kids to familiarize with the concept of how you can make a bigger number with addition and multiplication, and how you can reduce the damage by using subtraction and division. So there's no right or wrong answer. So kids can actually, like, you know, just get to enjoy the game, even though they may not be very good at math at the beginning. And the concept is like we feel like that kids would spend long time playing RPG, and to be honest, like RPG like Pokemon, it's quite complicated, but kids seem to be able to manage it well.
Yeah.
So we feel like that if we want to, you know, retain a kid and let them stick with our game, so RPG it is. So that's why we have this concept, and then we're kind of inspired by Pokemon, but except that like players get to calculate the damage instead of all this unknown damage when you cast a spell and then somehow the HP just drop and then you don't even know what the equation's behind. Now kids, they get to make their own equation and calculate the damage that will on the charge.
So you're tricking them into learning things.
Yes, and yes, definitely.
No, but I loved playing games when I was a kid. I remember, you know, one of my favorites, you know, was Mavis Beacon teaches typing. You know, like those
I love
kinds
that
of
game.
things. Those kinds of things really kind of, you know, encourage kids to want to learn in a really fun and interactive way. And, you know, we're seeing a lot of really cool things in the educational space. It's really great to kind of hear about, you know, also incorporating these RPG elements. So we have some gameplay here on screen. Maybe you could talk to us a little bit about what's happening?
Yes. So for basic attack, because players just asked to use addition and multiplication to make a big number, and then you cast a number, and then you bring down the enemy's HP.
Okay.
So now the enemy's HP is brought down to 55, and when it comes to defense, you know, I bring down the damage, you know, from my enemy by using subtraction and division.
Okay.
So that is, you know, simple enough, right? You know, even kids, they may not know, they may not have learned, you know, multiplication or division, they still get the concept. And we want them to get the concept right first before like we dig into like, oh, you need to calculate this number, you always need to come up with the correct answer. And also we feel like that all kids, they advance math at a different pace. So we want this game to be appealing to a broader range of audience by letting them, you know, just like lure them in, come on, it's a catch them all, you know, RPG game. And then so when you're doing the basic attack and defense, you're actually at the same time, you know, practicing math.
So yeah, when at first you said that there was no wrong answer, I was like, how is that possible in a math game? But the second I saw it, I got it, because you're choosing the thing and then you see the result.
Yes.
So yeah, later in the game, does the math get more complex? Do you have to put things in yourself? Or?
Yes. Yes. You see that like there are some numbers floating above their head. So
Okay.
that is actually the favorite number. And if you can make an answer with the last digit equals the favorite number, you charge the magic. So obviously there is an incentive why a player should charge up the magic, because like later on in the game, you know, enemies get, you know, tougher and tougher, just like any RPG. And we want them, you know, to give them an incentive to charge up the magic. And so obviously magic is a lot more powerful than just the basic attack and defense. And like here, so we said that it's inspired by Pokemon, so it's collect them all. So we have the monster capturing, you know, feature. If I can bring down my enemy's HP to exactly 0, I can capture this monster and let him fight alongside with me in battles. So you have a little helper, coming along with you in the battle.
I
So,
love these character designs.
Yeah, this is Grandmaster Ramyan. Yeah, so he's doing his meditation, now he's pissed off.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
But you got him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got him because I just brought his HP exactly to 0. So that's how I capture him. So see, this is how we try to incorporate more math challenge into the game by using favorite number, and you will see more as the goes along.
Yeah. What's the target age range for this game, do you think?
It's probably 8 to 12.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like that this is the time, kids will look for a more fun game to play, and they're not easy to please. And so we're trying to make offer them a real RPG. So I'm not just tricking you to calculate all these answers, practicing math. As you go on, you still have all the RPG elements. They can level up the characters, level up the skills, and collect all these monsters. And when you defeat them, they drop items, you collect them, and then you can also use it to feed them, and then keep leveling them up and bring them to battles.
What is revenge? I see that it says revenge on the side.
Oh, okay. This is actually a more advanced layer of a revenge system, of the math system. So when you use division, for now, in our game, we only use the integer. So whenever there is a remainder left, it will be used to charge up your enemy's revenge meter. So that means that is a consequence. Because we cannot let the players always win. If they keep using division and they take no damage, then it's not fun. So we want them to really plan for their attack and try to minimize their revenge meter, because once the remainder used to charge up the revenge meter, and when it's full, your enemy will attack you with magic. And then you probably will be doomed, by that. So we
This seems like it has a lot of gameplay elements for a game that's targeted at such a young audience. But it's interesting the comparison you made to Pokemon.
Yes, Pokemon is definitely really well made, and I believe that a lot of kids really love Pokemon. And as easy as it looks on the surface, it's actually there are a lot of really complicated RPG elements in it. So we feel like that if kids they can manage it, why can we bring it to our math game? So, and also we want to treat those kids like an adult, because they always like to play adult games to feel like that I'm all grown up. And so we try to offer them a game that they feel like that they're all grown up.
Are you looking at the jetpacking monkey? Because
I
that's
love
what I'm
that
looking
jetpack
at.
monkey.
Yeah, he's the 07 orangutan. So this is actually a much more difficult level that I'm showing here.
The mustache on that, was that an apple?
Yes, it's Applejack. Yeah, it's a little bit pirate with the fruits.
Oh man. And that's the engineer that your hoodie is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So as you level up your character, somehow that you're also leveling up your math. So you unlock more slots and with a longer equation bar and make more complicated equations. So it makes it all of a sudden possible, to meet the favorite number. But because for 07 orangutan, his favorite number is 7. If you use single-digit multiplication or addition, it's really hard to get that number to charge up his magic. But with a much longer equation bar, it became possible.
Can you choose the favorite number? She's got 5, and that seems way easier to me to hit than 7. Can you customize that when you're leveling up or anything?
This is definitely, we would definitely consider that possibility, but for now, it's actually random.
Oh, okay.
So that is, another way that we try to introduce, more layers of math challenge to the game.
And does that random every level? Sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, it's random every level.
Okay.
And also, your enemies also has their favorite number, so watch out, what you come up with, because when you cast a big number, you might actually accidentally charge your enemy's favorite number, and then they get the magic charge up, and then they will cast a spell on you, and the players will probably be doomed.
Well, we don't want to be doomed. Now, these equations, they seem, a little bit complex, but not too crazy. How difficult do the math equations get in the late levels of the game?
This is we will have a 2-digit plus 1-digit addition. I think that is the most difficult that we will go at this stage that when we're planning for the game. I think that we get too complicated, and all of a sudden you lose focus, and then like they would struggle like too much time trying to figure out the right number instead of like enjoying the game.
So it won't ever go into like algebra.
Yes.
Okay. It
Yes.
does or it doesn't?
It does, and so this one, like, it's another math challenge. It's a factor wall, so only multiples of 3 will go through. Like Angie, she just made a number 256. It's not a multiple of 3, so it bounced back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I guess you do really have to like think on your feet. Is there a time element to it as well?
There is no time element because I feel like that there is strategy playing the game. So sometimes you may not always want to make the biggest number because you might actually benefit by making a smaller number and charge your magic as we go along with the game. And also, like I said, like before, the enemy also has a favorite number. So we try to avoid charging up their magic.
And their attacks key off the number that you make as well?
Excuse me?
So like if whatever number you make, that's how they attack you too? The enemy?
No, their attack is random.
Oh, okay.
But I have the choice to use division and subtraction to minimize the
to
damage.
block it. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So what kinds of platforms is this being developed for? It looks like, I mean, obviously this would play well on, like a PC or Mac, but this seems like something that could be really fun to play on like an iPad.
Yes,
yeah.
it's the game is programmed on Unity, so we are thinking about like going to launch it on Wii U, and maybe a later version, a newer version of a DS, and it's definitely possible to bring it back to iOS.
Yeah, this would be really good with the Wii U pad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we feel like that within a Wii U, because they have the gamepad and you can use the controller, we will actually add in an additional feature for parents to help them out. Like if the kids they're not so good at math, parents may be able to use the math magic and to kind of shuffle the numbers or change a particular number. So it will be more encouraging for the kids. Like, hey, you see, I made it right.
Ah. I would need that. I would need my parents to
A
help
little
me.
co-op help.
Yeah.
Have you guys contemplated a multiplayer component? I know it seems like pretty single-player RPG focused.
Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned it. Multiplayer, not yet, but we do actually have a PvP mode. Because we feel like the kids, at that age, they are definitely influenced by their peers a lot. So we're trying to introduce that element by having, like a PvP, so they can train up their monsters and then bring them to battle. And I hope that, like, when they do it, I would hear something like, "You see, just made a bigger number, and my monster is like, better than yours." So
I could see that being effective, like tricking them to fight each other and actually learn this math to like best each other.
I wish I had something like this when I was learning math. I just had like timetables, like old school, like on a piece of paper, like you had to write it out with a pencil.
I'm super good at typing because of Mavis Beacon, but I have no math skills whatsoever.
Well, it's okay because you can play CalcuQuest.
I can play CalcuQuest and learn it.
When are we going to be able to get our hands on the game?
It will be soon as by summer next year.
2015?
Yes.
Well, you are in good company. Almost everyone here tonight is coming out in 2015. Well, thank you so much for coming by and showing us the game today. If people want to learn more about the game, where can they find all of the details?
They can find more information on yummyyummytummy.com.